Ladies and gents, polish those shoes and crank the gramophone. It's time to dive headfirst into the decade that danced like no one was watching, the Roaring Twenties. Now we got flappers and fringe and bootleg gin, jasmine blowing as the night rolls in. From Harlem nights to Hollywood gold, stories untold, scandal and bold, we regret nothing.
Welcome back to We Regret Nothing, the podcast where we argue about what cultural artifacts deserve a seat on humanity's escape pod to the stars. I'm your host, Sean, and today we're cracking the spine on the second half of our 1920s book list. If you missed the last episode, I advise you to go back and check that out, but we tackled the first 10 books from the decade and just barely kept these two panelists from setting The Great Gatsby on fire. Today, Andrea and Michelle are back with their hot takes, deep cuts, and maybe a few regrets as we dig into the final 10 titles on our list of 20 books. From Lost Generation icons to pulp page turners, these are the books that shaped the 1920s, and maybe even us a little. By the end of this episode, we'll have all 10 contenders in front of us, and next week, we'll have to start cutting. So buckle up, bibliophiles. It's time to talk flappers, philosophy, and forgotten gems. Let's turn the page. Welcome, Michelle.
Hello.
Hello, Andrea.
Sean.
Okay, so we're going to start with book number 11, and that book is The Mysterious Affair. Let me get this title right. The Mysterious Affair at Styles. I don't know why that one's so hard for me to say, but this is the first detective novel by British writer Agatha Christie, introducing her fictional detective, Hercule Poirot. I think he's French.
How dare! He's Belgium.
My mistake. It was written in the middle of the
Belgium. He's from Belgium. He's Belgium.
It was written in the middle of the First World War in 1916, first published by John Lane in the United States in October of 1920, and then in the United Kingdom in January of 21. So Styles, this book introduced Poirot, Inspector, later Chief Inspector Japp, and Arthur Hastings. So Poirot, who's a Belgian refugee of the Great War, settling in England near the home of Emily Inglethorpe, who helped him to his new life. His friend Hastings arrives as a guest at her home. When Mrs. Inglethorpe is murdered, Poirot uses his detective skills to solve the mystery. The book includes maps of the house, the murder scene, and a drawing of a fragment of a will. The true first publication of this novel was a weekly serial in the Times, including the maps of the house and some other illustrations included in the book. Thoughts, Andrea?
I love Agatha Christie, and I love Hercule Poirot. So much, so much. I was first introduced to this character on screen in KSTW Saturday matinee of Death on the Nile. And just
like the old Dialing for Dollars movies,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Oh, okay, that really dated us, but that still was happening when we were kids.
It was, and I love this book. I love that years later, her last Poirot book that is called Curtains, which, okay, that's a great title. It is set here at Styles. I think that I know that they say this kind of kicks off, helps introduce the golden age of the detective novel. And boy, buddy, do I agree. Like, she was amazing. I was very shocked today to hear that she did not like crowds. She just liked gardening and nature. She did not like to drink. She did not like to smoke. And
what did she do? Sorry, I couldn't help it.
pulled
I'm a little adamant. Sorry, everybody. My bad. Sorry.
Go to Michelle. I'm laughing.
Michelle, any thoughts?
No, this is also a 10 out of 10 for me. No notes again. Just because Poirot is it's just so well put together, and it does the whole red herrings thing, and everything that you expect and love about a good whodunit is in this.
Yeah, and she did it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's not like she came along, and no shame to people who did, and like she did this, like where people are framing themselves. So you would go, that's ridiculous. It wasn't
Right.
Claude, and it's
Mhm.
just, it's so good. And I just, yeah,
And I
that's,
know that like a lot of these uh of the books that we have reviewed or are going to still review, a lot of them started as serials, like in a weekly magazine or a
mhm.
newspaper. So I have a question for you. When and I did like when Stephen King put out The Green Mile in the serial form, like in the small little vignette
Yeah,
books, do you think that was, he has to be a fan? I mean, I don't
he
know,
is.
but do you think that was a little bit of an homage to the way that stuff was put out, or no?
Oh no, it was
Okay.
he's, and I know this from the forward in it. He talks about when Dickens had his coming
Okay.
out, that there was in fact like so many people on the dock, people got pushed off, and there was like near drownings because people were just so excited.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was his homage to, like,
So
which he did a great job.
yeah, I thought about this. Like, I think that I would have been the same way I was when the Green Mile came
Yep.
out. Was like I wouldn't be able to. I'd be like so excited for the next
Yeah.
version or the next
Yep.
chapter, if you will, for it to come out because it would have been so exciting, right?
Yeah.
I felt that way about the Green Mile. I think I would have felt the same way about this.
Yep. Book 6 came out August of 1996, in case anybody
Oh,
wants to know that little bit of trivia.
In
Just
the 1920s. Okay,
no.
good. So next book
sorry.
is the Bridge of San Luis Rey. This is American author Thornton Wilder's second novel. It was first published in 1927 to worldwide acclaim. The novel won the Pulitzer Prize in 28, and it was the best-selling work of fiction that year. The Bridge of the San Luis Rey tells the story of several interrelated people who die in the collapse of an Inca rope bridge in Peru and the events that led up to their being on the bridge. A friar who witnesses the accident then goes about inquiring into the lives of the victims, seeking some sort of cosmic answer to the question of why each had to die. Michelle, thoughts on this book?
I'm going to read this book based on I obviously I listen. It sounds fun and exciting to me, and also very But I was like, oh, I should read a book since, as we all know, I don't read books. Uh, but this sounded really exciting to me to find out, like, are they connected or are they not? Was it an accident or was there some intention? And whether that intention is cosmic or spiritual or just happenstance seemed like seemed fun. I would, yes, seems fun.
Andrea?
I know I had this on a reading list. I know I picked something else. I know we own this book. I know I still haven't read it.
Can
Um,
I borrow
yes, you can. Yes, you can. It's upstairs in Sean's office. But it is. It, here's what I wrote. I hate to meet characters just to have them die.
it? Oh,
It just makes I
yeah,
find
yeah.
it's a fantastic because you're like, oh, this is great. We're going here. Oh wait, you died. I mean that I do get. I get a little sad in my belly.
Did I thought I also read that there was a film
There was,
adaptation of this,
yes.
and it was like fairly recently.
Mm,
Is that true?
that I don't know. That I just know there was a film
But I was like,
adaptation.
I don't think I don't want to see it until I read it because I feel like then
Yeah,
I'll
then you're
connect the
gonna.
characters to the people I see.
Didn't we live by San Luis Rey? Isn't there San Luis Rey Gate?
Yes, twofold.
Okay.
There is a San Luis Rey, and then there's also at Camp Pendleton the San Luis Rey Gate.
Okay, that's
Both
right.
of those things.
Because I know this was taken from
Peru.
what?
This is in Peru.
No, no, but the name is taken from the California. He just threw in, yeah, because I saw that and went, okay, Thornton, I see that. That man is depressing.
Oh,
Oh no.
His name's also Thornton, which, no, you know what? I like the name Thornton.
okay. Book
Sean
number
was like,
13, A Passage to India. This is a 1924 novel by English author E.M. Forster, set against the backdrop of the British Raj and the Indian independence movement in the 1920s. This was selected as one of the 100 great works of the 20th century by the Modern Library and won the 1924 James Tate Black Memorial Prize for Fiction. Time magazine included the novel in its all-time 100 novels list. The novel is based on Forster's experiences in India, deriving the title from Walt Whitman's 1870 poem, Passage to India, in the work of Leaves of Grass. This story revolves around four characters. So Dr. Aziz, his British friend, Mr. Cyril Fielding, Mrs. Moore, and Miss Adela Quested during a trip to the fictitious Marabar Caves. Actually, those were modeled on the Barabar Caves of Bihar. That was hard for me to say as well. But Adele thinks she finds herself alone with Dr. Aziz in one of the caves, when in fact he is in an entirely different cave. Whether the attacker is real or a reaction to the cave is ambiguous, but subsequently panics and flees. It's assumed that Dr. Aziz has attempted to assault her. Aziz's trial and its run-up and aftermath bring to a boil the common racial tensions and prejudices between Indians and the British during the colonial era. Thoughts, Andrea? Passage to India?
I just have written fucking colonizers.
Wow. Oh, I have the equivalent, which is, and I think I've also written this before, man, fuck these white people for real.
Yeah. This is, I understand where it's considered, it is so well written, and I have read this also. It is so well written because I hate these motherfuckers. No, and it's not sloppily written. Like I sit there the whole time and I'm like, are you kidding me? I dislike the people so much in this novel that I've never seen the movie.
Oh.
Because I'm just like, I hate you in my head. I don't need to see you on the big screen. And so, yes, well written and very, very, to me, indicative of the frickin' times. But
yeah,
again, and let me say this with my whole chest, fucking colonizers, of which my people are some. So don't think I say that.
I mean, I guess if the aliens need to know that just, everyone around the world was terrible, then I guess this is a good example of that.
Yes.
I also just hate that Cyril is like, hey man, my name's Paul and this between y'all.
Yes.
Like he just bails out and he's like, no, I'm not going to help my friend because not great.
Because it doesn't look good for me.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? And I think why it probably resonated with me so much when I was younger, because I think I read this when it was like in 5th or 6th grade. I was a lonely child, Michelle. You know this.
No, you're raised by Rose. That's what it was.
But because I could totally sympathize with Cyril, because I was a go along to get along person when I was younger, and I was, even though I knew it was wrong, so I think it also built up resentment. Which another thing of like this is a well written book, and it did elicit those feelings in me. I was ashamed of like.
I mean, I think you were supposed to be angry, and you were.
Yeah.
Right?
Good job, Ian.
Good job.
Well, I mean, evoked emotions. Garnered, like, put you in a position where you can, I would argue, empathize with the person, right? Sympathy is more when you feel for somebody but really haven't been through it. But, if you are a go along to get along type, put in this position, maybe you do the same thing. Maybe. I don't know.
I was young, Andy. I see you totally laughing. Like,
okay, so number 14, The Beautiful and Damned.
I always want to say "and the Damned."
And, okay,
I know it's not.
Okay, I was just going to ask.
I always want to say "the beautiful and the damned."
I had to double check.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
If I can share with you what just happened, I did all the research. I know I was confident in my notes, and I read that, and in my mind went, I missed I missed the.
Not the.
And it's not, though. This book is titled The Beautiful and
It's
Damned.
like For Love of, what is it? It's For Love of the Game. What is it? The Kevin Costner movie that
For the
love of the game.
For the love of the For the love of game.
For the love of the game.
No, there's not two thes.
For love of the game.
For love of the game.
Right. I know it's the game, but
yeah, it's
was
the
that
game,
in the 1920s? Okay. The Beautiful and the Damned.
You got in trouble.
This is a 1922 novel by American writer F. Scott Fitzgerald, set in New York City. The novel's plot follows a young artist, Anthony Patch, and his flapper wife, Gloria Gilbert,
Oh, how different.
who become wrecked on the shoals of dissipation while partying to excess at the dawn of the hedonistic jazz age. As Fitzgerald's second novel, the work focuses on the swinish behavior and glittering excesses of the American Idol rich in the heyday of New York's cafe society.
It's so tough to be rich and good looking and white in the 20s.
Fitzgerald modeled the characters of Anthony Patch on himself and Gloria Gilbert, on his newlywed spouse. Gloria Gilbert on his newlywed spouse, Zelda Fitzgerald. The novel draws circumstantially on the early years of Fitzgerald's
Tempestuous.
thank you, marriage, following the unexpected success of the author's first novel, This Side of Paradise. At the time of their wedding in 1920, Fitzgerald claimed neither he nor Zelda loved each other, and the early years of their marriage in New York City resembled more of a friendship. I forgot who went first last. I think it was Michelle. Oh,
Yeah,
Michelle.
it's Michelle.
So my notes mostly on this is this is the same book as The Great Gatsby, only it's less entertaining. First of all, like, these people, to your point, these people are so bored. They're just, affairs abound. Just, they don't have anything better to do than to just like sleep with everyone's partner, husband, friend, cousin, sister, brother, everybody. They're just like, and then they do that, like, well, boys will be boys, or shame the women for doing it. But I did like that the kind of the prevailing theme in this one, although you could argue it's the same in Gatsby, but that they ruined themselves, not each other, right? That they, with their excesses, that the reason, and probably maybe what Fitzgerald was drawing from real life, is that their own issues and problems and the way they were and the things they didn't affect the other person, but together they could not, like, it was bad. So I just feel like this is like,
Well, here's the thing. You steal your shit from your wife's diary?
oh, here we go again.
The scenery doesn't fucking change.
So I just feel like this was because this was before Gatsby. This was like the book report I wrote for myself. And then Gatsby was the book report I wrote for He Who Shall Not Be Named.
Yeah.
Right?
Name redacted.
Which means I got a B and he got an A, but I wrote them both.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like he took this and he was like, not as good.
Mm-hmm.
Let me write it again and add a little more action. And that was Gatsby.
He's still just...
I have to ask you, Andrea, I don't know that it's the second time. Multiple times you've referenced the stealing of information from his wife's diary.
Yes.
That's which wife?
Zelda.
Excuse me.
Zelda.
I'm sorry, Zelda.
Okay.
Yes.
No, that's why I'm asking, is because
Zelda's, yes, excuse me.
Okay.
I
So you're saying that he plagiarized Zelda's diary.
Sometimes with her permission.
Right.
But
I
yes.
understand.
I mean, not
that makes more
but,
sense now.
But Zelda, here's something that sums up the man who puts F in F. Scott Fitzgerald, is Zelda designed, there's a fantastic sketch for the cover of this book, and it is a flapper in a champagne glass.
Oh, that's right.
And it's awesome. And she was like, here. And he's like, I shall take it. And yes, we will use it. And then he came back and went, they want to go this way. Like, I feel like he never championed. He owed her some shit. He owed a lot. We can move on if you want, though. Nope.
There's a better there's a better Fitzgerald book on this list. Yeah?
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Michelle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, we can move on. In Our Time, this is number 15. This is the title of Ernest Hemingway's first collection of short stories, published in 1925 by Boney and Liverite, out of New York. This is a collection of vignettes published in 1924 in France titled In Our Time, which is derived from the English Book of Common Prayer, Give Peace in Our Time, O Lord. The collection's publication history is a bit complex. So this began with 6 prose vignettes published by Ezra Pound in the 1923 edition of the Little Review, to which Hemingway added 12 vignettes and then had published in Paris in 1924 as the In Our Time edition. Note, In Our Time is lowercase, the title, which throws me off. But he wrote 14 short stories for the 1925 edition, including the works Indian Camp and Big Two-Hearted River, 2 of his best-known Nick Adams stories. Andrea, any thoughts about In Our Time?
I had a couple that I wrote here. Why is Ezra Pound in everyone's business? But I do understand that everybody
because he was better than the
that he
rest
was.
of
He
them.
was like, no, I do.
They
So,
needed him.
and then I just put bullfighting in World War I. How new? He's still boring. He's everything I said last episode. No.
I have basically the same notes that I feel like because he was a journalist, because he was, that was he just wrote what he knew. And I'm not saying that other people don't write what they know, but there's usually a different take on it or a different plot or like in the case of, like Dashiell Hammett, like he also wrote what he knew, but the stories changed and the locations changed. And while there was a set character, but there were all these other, and I don't feel like any of that. I don't feel like Hemingway did any of that. No. I feel like being a writer was a good thing to be, and he didn't know how to be anything else.
Yeah.
And so he just started writing novels instead of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also still agree that it's not exciting read for me.
Next.
Okay. Number 16, Women in Love. Women in Love is a 1920 novel by English author D.H. Lawrence. This is a sequel to his earlier novel, The Rainbow, which was published in 1915. Follows the continuing loves and lives of the Brangwen sisters, Gudrun and Ursula. Gudrun Brangwen, an artist, pursues a destructive relationship with Gerald Critch, an industrialist. Lawrence contrasts this pair with the love that develops between Ursula Brangwen and Rupert Birkin, an alienated intellectual who articulates many opinions associated with the author. The emotional relationships thus established are given further depth and tension by an intense psychological and physical attraction between Gerald and Rupert. The novel ranges over the whole of British society before the time of the First World War and eventually concludes in the snows of the Tyrolean Alps. Ursula's character draws on Lawrence's wife Frida and Gudrun's on Catherine Mansfield, while Rupert Birkin's has elements of Lawrence himself, and Gerald Critch is partly based on Mansfield's husband, John Middleton Murray. Michelle?
Again, I know we talked a little bit about this last time with D.H. Lawrence, but I just feel like I think I know the answer to my question, but it is this. Was becoming a novelist the only outlet for these sexually repressed motherfuckers? Like, is that all they could do? And I think maybe because of the time, the answer, again, is yes.
Yeah.
But there was just, I feel like sometimes it's just shock for shock value.
Yes.
This one at least had a little more, like there was a little more to it, including, the husband, Gudrun's husband tries to strangle her to death, but then he dies on the mountain, like frozen.
He takes a nap after he goes into a snowy canyon.
I mean, a nap. Just going to lay down for a minute. But this was, again, because of the content, right? More censorship, more, indecency bans and trials. And then one of the things I read was that there are scholars who call this a book centered on the phallus. And I was like, Yeah, I think so. Because there's also, I mean, beyond just like the metaphoric part of that, but there's like apparently like descriptions of, as if
Yes.
people reading it don't
Don't
know
know.
what a dick looks
Yeah.
like.
Which, I mean, hearkening back, it's funny you say that, but hearkening back, I remember my mom telling me that, like, when she was 12, her stepmom took away her copy of Lady Chatterley's Lover. So I would say at 12, she didn't. In fact, I could swear to you at 12 she
But
didn't.
at 12,
But
should your mother or any other
I don't know where
12-year-old
she got that.
have been reading
I
Lady?
don't know
And
where
in
she
fact,
got it.
listen, and I'm not trying to be on the side of the, the people who were like,
Don't be on the
"This is
side of Margie
decent," but I'm
Ricketts.
just saying, I'm not trying to burn any books here. But should a 12-year-old be reading Lady Chatterley's Lover?
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
think so.
Yeah.
That's bad parenting, Mama.
I don't know. That's a whole other
Yeah.
thing. Sorry, Sean. All I have is God forbid people fuck. And that's all I have about this book.
I am afeared that our one listener / viewer is going to be like, she's a prude. That one,
No.
that one, she doesn't like it. I just like, my God, because Andrea's over here like, people should just be fucking. Let them fuck in the books. Let them fuck in the movies. Let them fuck.
Oh my God. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying.
That one?
I promise.
Anyone who knows you, Michelle, the only people watching this are people that know us,
that's fair.
and they know you're not a
They
prude.
know you
Hi,
a whole lot.
everybody.
Number 17, the book Main Street.
Oh.
This is a novel written by Sinclair Lewis, published in 1920.
Oh.
Satirizing small town life, Main Street is perhaps Sinclair Lewis's most famous book and led in part to his eventual 1930 Nobel Prize for Literature. I will tell you it's on the list for one reason only. The story is set in the small town of Gopher Prairie,
I wrote it.
a fictionalized version of Sauk Center, Minnesota,
Oh.
which is Lewis's hometown.
Oh.
It's set during the 1910s, so it relates to life and struggles of Carol Milford Kennicott. What are these names? Are these just designed to trip me up?
They all got
I have
together.
in my notes that is like, that's a great, it's a great name for the 1920s.
Oh, heck
In
yeah.
Minnesota. Listen, Carol Milford Kennicott, that's a relative of mine somewhere. But so a self-made young woman with a strong personality, as she comes into conflict with the small town mentality of the residents of Gopher Prairie. References are made to the start of World War I, the United States' entry into the war, and the years following its end, including the start of Prohibition in 1920. Highly acclaimed upon publication. This novel was turned into a play in 1921, a movie in 23. Actually, this is a first movie by Warner Brothers Studios. And the movie remains a recognized American classic. I know we're not talking movies, but Carol Milford, the daughter of a judge, grew up in Mankato, Minnesota. Became an orphan in her teenage years. In college, she reads a book on village improvement in a sociology class and begins to dream of redesigning villages and towns. There's more, but I'm going to pause and just see who's up. Andrea, any thoughts?
Do you really want to get me started on small town Minnesota?
Well, you have personal experience. I'll take it.
I will tell you this. Hearing about this, reading the synopsis, everything, I wrote classic small town because they turn out. And I lived in a small town too, not in Minnesota. I lived in a small town in Washington. Very much thought small towns were going to be like, hey, neighbor, this is great. I love this. And very much it's like, it stars upon thars, like Sneetches. It's not my jam, but I feel that Sinclair Lewis really got this with classic small town. I dug it. She is just trying her freaking best to make things better. And instead, it's that classic, regardless of what state you're in, these people are in every fucking state. I tell you, across the world, things are just fine. If you are trying to make it better, you're saying that my thing is shitty. And I know people like this. I'm related through ways to people like this, and
You can say
by marriage.
You could say by marriage.
but
Okay.
I mean, this was really good. She was just freaking trying. But I think Sinclair Lewis really got the whole kind of how dare you push over our sacred cow? Like we're just fine. And yeah, good on you, SL.
Michelle, anything?
My biggest takeaway from this was, oh, this is Andrea. I right. She came into town. She marries the doctor. The doctor's like, I got my thing, and she's like, okay, well, I got my thing too. So I'm a boss bitch my way through the town. I'm gonna build libraries. I'm gonna, make the community better. I'm gonna feed the poor, and whatever. And then because it's a town full of assholes who are like, no, this is fine. We'll take care of our own, and you are not one of our own. They shun her, and she just double deuces out of there, right? She's like, fine, I'll leave then. Fuck you, you're cool, fuck you, and then leaves, right? Now, she comes back later, which I guess is also very Andrea. But I when I was reading through it, I was like, oh, this sounds like some shit Andy would do.
Thank you.
Okay. Next, number 18, The Good Soldier. The Good Soldier, A Tale of Passion. That's the whole title.
I love him there.
Yeah.
I didn't either.
This is a novel by British writer Ford Madox.
That's a good name.
It is set.
It's not Ford Madox.
Ford Madox Ford.
Yeah,
I missed the second Ford. Ford Madox Ford is the name.
That was a good name. Now I'm slightly uncomfortable.
This is set just before World War I, chronicles the tragedy of Edward Ashburnham and his seemingly perfect marriage, along with that of his two American friends. The novel is told using a series of flashbacks in non-chronological order, a literary technique that formed part of Ford's pioneering view of literary impressionism. Ford employs a device of the unreliable narrator to great effect, as the main character gradually reveals a version of events that is quite different from what the introduction leads the readers to believe. The novel was loosely based on two incidents of adultery and on Ford's messy personal life, specifically the agonies Ford went through with his wife and his mistress in the 6 preceding years.
See, I told you.
The novel's original title was The Saddest Story, but after the onset of World War I, the publishers asked Ford for a new title. Ford suggested sarcastically The Good Soldier, and they loved it, and the name stuck. In 1988, the Modern Library ranked The Good Soldier 30th on its list of 100 best English language novels of the 20th century. In 2015, the BBC ranked The Good Soldier 13th on its list of 100 greatest British novels. This has been called the greatest French novel written in English. The Good Soldier, A Tale of Passion.
Michelle.
I wrote that this is a messy book, and I meant it both in the literal and figurative terms, right? I think that I like the unreliable narrator. I like that you don't necessarily know that until a little bit later. And is he a murderer? Maybe. But I don't know that as a non-reader, I don't know that I would have loved this as an actual read because of the jumping around and the non-chronological, but that said, I like it because it's messy, and I like messy stuff.
You do like messy stuff.
Like messy stuff.
I think we've already established who one of your best friends is. Okay, this is what I was looking actually, and then I don't know. I went on IMDb, which is, I just want everybody to know, go on IMDb. Stop Googling stuff. It's easier to find movie stuff that way. It's really irritating when I'm in the room with you. So I was looking to see, has it been made? Because I was like, ooh, I bet you the BBC turned out something like with Clive Owen, which, girl, they did, not the BBC, but it was made in 81 with typical British people. They act too.
Typical
British people. Yeah, there's a couple of adaptations of it, which that was all nobody asked. It just seems like it would make like a better movie than book.
Oh, I like that. I like that take. Yeah, because it's easier again for non-reader
Yeah.
to follow the.
And what I have is, what did World War I do to all these people? Why wouldn't you just get a fucking divorce? Because
Yeah, because the wife fakes her illness or fakes an illness.
So
That's why
they
they
don't
go
have
to the spa, right?
yes,
Like it's like a rejuvenation.
she's got the
spa,
vapors,
right?
which basically she just doesn't want to fuck. And I mean, okay, because I mean, even up till
But then they all cheat with like each
yes,
other, right?
yes. So yeah, so that's just my thing. I always wonder, why is it better to kill somebody than to divorce them?
It's cheaper.
Oh.
Have you
Number
looked at
I would like to
number
note
19.
for the record the way Sean looked at Andrea when
no
he said
shit,
that.
right?
So
Number 19,
y'all, the GoFundMe will be up soon.
Manhattan Transfer. This is an American novel by John Dos Passos.
Oh.
This was published in 1925.
That's Spanish for 2 pesos.
It focuses on the development of urban life in New York City from the Gilded Age to the Jazz Age, as told through a series of overlapping individual stories. This is considered to be one of Dos Passos' most important works. The book attacks the consumerism and social indifference of contemporary urban life, portraying a Manhattan that is merciless yet teeming with energy and restlessness. Manhattan Transfer, Andrea?
I read that it was inspired by The Wasteland and Ulysses.
Mm.
And I have suicide by immolation, no, capital no. Lots of divorce, unhappiness, and suicide. And that's just kind of, it just seems so sad.
I have my notes on this are again. Am I supposed to root for any of these people?
Yeah, that's it. Like, I hate when I hate everybody in the book, and it's a tough one. Yeah,
This was also like this one, another messy book, but the consumerism part of it, like where they were like, oh, I'll marry the girl who's an actress or wants to be an actress, and then I'll, we'll live a big fat life, and then when that didn't happen, they get divorced.
Yes.
So it was more about like, what does this look like from the outside?
So I guess,
a lot of these are.
I should applaud that they divorced rather than murdered in that case.
Like, but a lot of these are like, what do I look like to the outside? Like, not what kind of person or character development. Although in a lot of these, again, I can't root for anyone because they seem like they're all terrible people, right? And they're so concerned
about
outward appearance and stature and where they are on the social ladder.
Yep.
That, and again, I get that it is part of the time, right? Like that's what there was, but there's no like, where my poor people is at. Like, can we get stories about not this? I feel like there's so much of this.
Yeah, we've got what's his name? Travels with Charlie coming up. We got the Poors coming in.
Yeah,
we got Steinbeck. Steinbeck's getting here in the 30s.
Boy, what a slog that book was. But it was
okay.
Good. Okay. Sorry.
Number 20.
The 1920s, right? That's where we're at.
1920s.
Well, I'm reading my notes and I realized I painted myself into a corner here.
Oh, did you? I've been waiting.
Me too.
Number 20, Tropic of Cancer. This is an autobiographical novel by Henry Miller. It's best known as notorious for its candid sexuality, with the resulting social controversy considered responsible for the free speech that we now take for granted in literature. So this is set in France, primarily Paris, during the late 20s, early 30s. Tropic of Cancer centers on Miller's life as a struggling writer. Late in the novel, Miller explains his artistic approach to writing the book itself, stating, "Upon the present, my idea of collaborating with myself has been to get off the gold standard of literature. My idea briefly has been to present a resurrection of the emotions, to depict the conduct of a human being in the stratosphere of ideas, that is, in the grip of delirium." Combining autobiography and fiction, some chapters follow a narrative of some kind and refer to Miller's actual friends, colleagues, and workplaces. Others are written as stream of consciousness reflections that are occasionally epiphanic. The novel is written in the first person, as are many of Miller's other novels, and does not have a linear organization, but rather fluctuates frequently between the past and the present. And here's where I painted myself into a corner. I wanted just to note from a pop culture standpoint, this book reminded me of the movie Metropolis as far as like where it pops up. But in film and TV, 1962 episode of Perry Mason, character tells another that Tropic of Cancer is not a medical book. Far from it. In 1963, Take Her, She's Mine, the movie, Jimmy Stewart reads the soon-to-be banned book by the mayor, written by Henry Miller. Sandra Dee, who is Stewart's daughter in the film, has organized a sit-in style protest against banning of the book. At MASH, an episode, Radar's attempts to trade Tropic of Cancer or the Tropic of Copper Man, but for plasma, adding they'll get you through the war without leave. But 1985, After Hours, the movie. Paul is reading the book in a coffee shop when Marcy comments from the table. 1990, Henry and June. The first draft of the book is referenced and discussed by Henry and his friends. 1991, Cape Fear. Max Cady and Danielle Bowden discussed the book briefly. This is where I know this book from. 1991, episode of Seinfeld, The Library. Jerry is accused of never returning the book to the public library. 100 Girls. Here's the at the beginning of Final Destination from 2000. Clear is reading Tropic of Cancer at the airport.
I just saw that.
And season 2.
Also, no, she's not.
How dare. In season 2 of Ozark, Jonah reads an explicit excerpt of the book to Buddy. And then also, actually, in Ozark, same season, a copy of the book is found in the possession of Angelica. And then there's a bunch of music. I mean, Black Flag was heavily influenced. Delirium with Disorder by Bad Religion.
No, I mean, like, yeah.
And I had to, okay, last one. I did all that to say, in the song Ashes of American Flags by Wilco, the phrase from the lyric is taken from the novel A Hole Without a Key. It's from this novel. So, okay, I will take all the ridicule that you have. That's fine.
No, actually,
but Tropic of Cancer.
The Cape Fear thing, I did not know. Well, I did know. I probably just, because I've seen it, but did not, remember until. But it makes sense to me because there is a quite elaborate description of the rape of a minor in this book, and Max Cady, as you might know, was keen on the minors. So that kind of like maybe that was some like a little foreshadowing, a little.
I could see that. I could see that. I
also wrote that bro likes the C word.
Oh,
a lot.
So much, and I love the C
calling
word.
women
He made it
referring to them.
It's called. I thought it was cancer was the C word, but
no,
the other one. Okay,
not in this
sorry,
book.
Sorry.
Who hurt you?
Anything? Do you want to know? He likes the C word. Michelle, go ahead.
Yeah, and that and because there's so much of it in there, that was part of the censoring and the banning.
Dude, you just it's.
Like, I feel like you could have written all of this without so much of that. Again, I even wrote, I'm not a prude, but JFC, how is this sexy?
I wrote...
referring to it as the actual...
I know, but Michelle, I'm going back on what I said earlier. It's going to be hard to defend you against the prude.
It really, you're not wrong.
We're getting to a point.
Because, I am self-aware enough to know that is how it's coming across, but I promise.
You are not coming across that way.
I can't even say the C word. For
and we have some discussion about that, but
I do. That's a whole other Jeopardy. I have a quote from the book. I make your ovaries incandescent, and I just wrote, okay, sir. Like, he was a lot. He was a lot.
I might be, okay, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I don't know. He reminds me of so many pretentious pricks that I like either
Dated?
liked or dated for like a brief 8 days. Like, it just
Okay.
stop.
Is this? I might be confusing this with someone else. But is this? And maybe Sean, you know. But is this the book after which Anais Nin
Yes.
published the love letters that he would write to
Yes.
her?
Yes,
And
it is.
boy, Christ on a crutch again. Like how? If okay, I'm not even gonna say it.
No, you don't.
They're
No.
so crude.
They are.
They're so crude. I'm like, how am I at home reading that and being like, hell yeah, like,
Right? No,
It's so gross.
Yeah.
It's so gross.
That's why.
And listen, we don't kink shame. Maybe that was her fucking thing. I don't know.
No, I'm not. Like I said, I will say the C word. I will like.
Are you gonna read part of it?
I am now. Okay.
If you're gonna listen, I'm just saying you.
No.
You know what? Decide for yourself, America. I'm just saying.
Do you think all of America is listening to us right now?
They better fucking be.
Oh, okay. So listen, we have been through the list of 20 books, and that brings me to what is quickly becoming my favorite segment here. You get one, and I think that
I'm
Andrea,
really gonna shoot myself in the foot here.
Andrea, did you go first in movies?
No. I think Shell went first.
Okay, so you get first.
Oh, I think I did.
Andrea, do you have a book that I left off the list?
I have. Actually, I have a tie. One's a poem and one's an essay.
You get one. I think is the
I'm
title of
confused
the-
because it's in the title.
Okay.
Right there.
Fine. I'm gonna go with The Weary Blues by Langston Hughes. I am so sorry, Zora Neale Thurston, because
That's a good pick. You're good.
but-
You're
because
good.
this
Okay,
list.
tell me about the book,
Okay,
please.
no, it's just
It's-
a poem.
Okay, tell me about the poem. Sorry.
But we talk so much about the Harlem Renaissance in this, and we have nobody that lived in Harlem at this time on this list.
Can you tell me the title of that again?
It's The Weary Blues, and it's a poem by Langston Hughes, and then it was later in a book of poems, but it's just
It's
so good, and it's just seeing a man, listening to a man play jazz, and just
Okay. Well,
yeah. So yes, that was
break
mine.
that down
That was mine.
in
I'm
the
sorry,
next
I'm
episode.
sorry,
But
Zora Neale
um,
Thurston.
and so off of the list, what would that replace?
It's weird because I loved all of them so much.
It would appear.
Let's see, what would I have to go with? Oh, wait, hold on. In Our Time.
Michelle, do you have a book? Okay.
Again, this is gonna be.
It's about sexual
Oh no,
repression.
it could not be more opposite. And in standing with apparently I'm a prude, I would like to put up the Velveteen Rabbit. Which
Okay.
could not
Hang
be
on.
more pure and beautiful.
Can I just be honest with you?
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at it was number 21 on my list. Velveteen Rabbit just missed.
There's so
the
much,
cut.
not, and this isn't a reflection of you.
No.
There's so much stuff on this list again that is like heartbreaking, and some of it's gross, and some of it's just like and it's just the war. And I was like, can we not have something beautiful? Can we not have just the story of how powerful love is with
Okay.
a little bunny rabbit and the skin horse?
Yeah. Well,
And the cute and fluffy bunnies are in
I'm
this
giving
too.
it to
and they were
you.
mean.
But what do we lose?
I mean, based on my last Tropic of Cancer could go. I think, to be fair, I think The Beautiful and the Damned could go because there's a better Fitzgerald on the list.
Yeah, I'll back that play.
But it's so, and listen, it's appropriate for ages 1 to 7, as the Library of Congress suggests.
Okay.
But kids,
You've made your
kids
case
forever. And it's so beautiful.
So
We have a
now
copy upstairs on the bookshelf.
now we need to get down to the top 10 here.
Oh,
Okay.
Today, Sean?
I would like to try to get down to that, and that will leave us the next episode to talk about these two new books.
Okay.
And then also get these 10 books down to our top 5.
Okay. So we're just getting to the 10 today.
Just to the top 10 today.
10 today. Start us off, DJ.
The Great Gatsby.
Yes. Yes, for me.
Andrea?
Fuck this guy, but yes.
Okay. Ulysses.
I don't even know if we're going to be able to go to Ireland if I say no. But it's just... I would take Ulysses over The Wasteland.
We might have a fight on our hands.
Michelle's glaring at
You
me.
know, I was thinking the opposite. I would take The Wasteland over Ulysses.
I think you know where the door is. You've been
Wow. Whoa.
No, I'm okay with saying no to Ulysses because I will say that it is only because he was Irish that I want to, and that we can't do that.
Okay. But I'm jumping ahead, but we're both saying yes to The Wasteland.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, if we're gonna have
The Sun Also Rises.
Do we need Hemingway on this list?
Absolutely not.
Like, do we?
But I mean, is he not
I
an
guess the
author of the
aliens.
1920s that the aliens might?
If we send this up to the aliens, can we also send Joe Rogan up to the aliens with this list?
They've already sent
sun-
him back.
The Sun Also Rises.
Oh, look, Sean ignored me.
I will say yes.
I'll say yes,
Okay.
No, I don't want to.
even though I don't want to.
Mrs. Dalloway.
Yes.
Oh. Michelle, you said yes as
Oh,
well. I
yes,
thought
yes,
I heard
I just
that.
remember.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy.
No, I want to make sure I don't skip anyone. The Age of Innocence.
I feel like there are better Wharton books that.
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Siddhartha.
I say yes.
Michelle really liked
I
this.
really did. But you don't have to really like it.
No. I know. I think we've established you and I
That you don't. That we don't.
We don't
have
do
the
that.
same-
Can we come back to this one?
Yes.
Okay.
The Maltese Falcon.
100% yes.
Okay, so just good news. The podcast can go on because I was going to rip these cords out and turn everything off.
and just flip the table.
Yeah,
and
flip the
bounce
table
out.
and leave.
Oh no.
The Sound and the Fury. By the way, if I could pause, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 yeses and 1 maybe. We only have 5 spots
Hold on.
left. And I am so sorry. That is not true. The Weary Blues and Velveteen Rabbit are on this list. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 7 and 1 maybe.
Oh, I have my 10. Like, if I was just choosing by myself.
Sound and the Fury.
And I say no based on what else I want on there.
Okay. Andrea?
No.
Okay. Lady Chatterley's Lover.
No.
Prude. I do like. This is the problem with Lady Chatterley's Lover is I look at the sex in it as secondary.
You know what? I'll change my mind because there's another one on here, but I don't think this one is as good as that one is, as well as like. Yeah. Do you want Lady Chatterley?
I don't know yet.
Okay. Can we come back to that?
Can we come back to that? Can we come back, Sean?
Put a pin in that one as well. Huh?
Did you
Okay.
just say that with attitude?
No, he did not.
Never.
Yes.
Whoa.
Mysterious Affair and Style.
Yes, 100% yes.
So are we at 9 now? 9
One
times?
second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 8 with Siddhartha as a maybe and Lady Chatterley as a maybe.
Okay, keep going, Sean.
Bridge of San Luis Rey.
No.
Oh. I don't want it more than I want Siddhartha on there. So I'll say no.
Passage to India.
No.
Mm-mm.
The Beautiful and Damned.
But we already said no, right? When we bumped.
Sorry, that's gone.
And same as In Our Time.
In Our Time is gone. Women in Love.
I would maybe take this over Lady Chatterley's if we're going to go with a DH.
Really?
Yeah, I would probably. I guess I just feel so much for the character of Lady Chatterley.
If of those two, I would take Lady Chatterley.
Yeah, I
over that
feel.
one.
Yeah, so I'm going to say no to Women in Love.
I will also say no.
Okay. Main Street.
Yes, from me.
Yes.
The Good Soldier.
No.
No.
Manhattan. What was that again?
Transfer.
Manhattan Transfer.
No from me.
No.
Tropic of Cancer.
No from me.
No.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not you have 9. It's down to Siddhartha and Lady Chatterley. One of those two.
Oh,
What about
God.
the Velveteen Rabbit?
That's
no,
on there.
it's already up.
Oh, it's
No,
on.
no,
Yeah,
that's
I
on
got
there.
my one.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
on there.
Yeah, that and the Weary Blues is on
I
there.
was
We
on.
bumped,
Okay, that's right, because that's our one.
we bumped the Dicks
In
from
Our
the
Time
novels.
and Beautiful and the Damned got bumped for those two. So Siddhartha and Lady Chatterley's lover, Andrea.
They're,
They're
Siddhartha.
different.
they're so different. Yeah, but I mean, this
And
is
actually,
really,
let me do it differently. I was gonna that we don't need to vote. I'm out of those two, which one is going in the top 10?
I will take Siddhartha because Mrs. Dalloway covers clearly and with more empathy than Lady Chatterley's does. So I'll go Siddhartha.
Michelle?
Yeah.
Siddhartha?
Yeah. Oh. Look at
A
you.
little disappointed in that one, but that's okay.
Wow.
That one I wouldn't overturn the table and shut this whole podcast down, but a little hurtful. Okay, so we have our top 10 books of the 1920s.
Okay.
We have. Let me pull this list back up and make sure I got. So the Weary Blues, Velveteen Rabbit, The Great Gatsby, The Wasteland, The Sun Also Rises, Mrs. Dalloway, Siddhartha, The Maltese Falcon, The Mysterious Affair at Styles, and Main Street. Those are our 10.
I am not looking forward to the next episode.
Me neither.
I am.
We're gonna wrestle.
Wrestle.
We're gonna have to
You're gonna hear me
wrestle.
say the C word.
Cut that one.
Yeah, that offends Michelle. Okay,
Let me have my bunny rabbit to go home.
listen. Yeah, so both of you, thank you. I'm at some point probably going to stop thanking you for being so well prepared, but I just feel like it's in order. It takes time and energy to do that research, have a list, and so everything you two are bringing
Thank
to the
you.
podcast right
Yeah,
now
thank
is,
you.
is great. For our listener, again, our socials, you can find us under We Regret Nothing on Blue Sky, TikTok, Instagram. And if you're listening to this on audio, which you might prefer, but just remember on Spotify and YouTube, you can watch the video of this. And until next week, take care of yourself and we'll see you then.